Acting Labor Secretary Keith Sonderling joins me now. Mr. Secretary, good to see you here in New York. Let's talk first about the revisions, because all the time the media was downplaying the economic growth of the economy. Businesses were hiring. It's quite clear. 93,000 more jobs created than previously reported in these revisions.
Look, this is the best jobs report in Trump's second administration. And we are so excited about this. And the jobs reports continue to demolish expectations. And even on this job report, we saw 172,000 jobs. The experts, 75 out of 75 experts that Bloomberg survey predicted 85. So it doubled it. The month before, 94% of the experts surveyed thought it would come in around 60,000. It doubled it, and the revisions actually tripled it. So we're excited to continue to see the significant job growth.
All right. Well, the extraordinary thing not only is the revisions, but the fact that while all of the so-called experts were claiming that the economy wasn't operating on all cylinders, it is. To what do you credit that? Is it the big, beautiful bill, the tax cuts and the incentives?
Well, the working families tax cuts is putting more money in workers' pockets. It's allowing business to reinvest. You know, we see no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. There's more work going around. But specific to this job report, President Trump committed to bringing manufacturing back with all the foreign investments and all the domestic investments we're seeing in the U.S. Toyota committed another $2 billion this month for Texas. And that is leading to construction to build the plants, construction numbers up, and then manufacturing is up. So we're correlating. The job report showed manufacturing is going up. Manufacturing is going up for the year. So I think it's important to look where the jobs are coming. You have to build the plants. The money is coming in. We're building the infrastructure. The manufacturing jobs are starting.
Yeah.
But really, to what you talked about earlier, we just have to emphasize to stop doubting President Trump's economy. And the experts continue to do that. And every single month, President Trump proves them wrong by having higher job numbers, this time doubling, the month before tripling.
Now, in previous jobs numbers, the past few months, we've seen government jobs going down. In this case, they went up 50,000 jobs. To what do you credit the increase in government jobs?
Well, all net job gains in President Trump's administration have been in the private sector, which is exactly what he promised. This recent blip in government hiring is in the state government. But if you look at the federal government, which when President Trump ran, he promised to right-size the federal government, promised to get it the right size. We're at the lowest level now since 1966. That's saving taxpayers $47 billion in salaries. That's almost the budget of the Marines. So, and we're still operating even more efficiently than ever before. So we're seeing the jobs being created in the right place, which is the private sector. 900,000 jobs in the private sector in the second Trump administration. And these are high-paid.
900,000 fewer jobs in the government, the whole government.
No, 900,000 jobs in the private sector added.
I see. But there is a net loss of government jobs. In other words, the Treasury Secretary is talking about privatizing the economy, lowering the number of government jobs while increasing the private jobs. So this is still doing that.
Over 300,000 jobs that are no longer in that federal
300,000 jobs. Finally, AI, in particular, all of the data centers, is that the main reason why we see this increase in construction, or are there other factors as well?
We're seeing pharmaceutical manufacturing coming back. We're seeing additional automotive manufacturing coming back. So from the manufacturing side, we're seeing it across all industries. But the data centers do play a portion of that. And from the Department of Labor's perspective, we want to make sure that it's American, skilled, highly paid workers getting those jobs. And we're doing everything we can to skill that generation of workers.
Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for being here in person to talk about this. I appreciate it.